The Brave Little Tailor, illustrated by Jerry Tugall. One morning, a tailor was sewing in his shop, looking forward to a snack of bread and jam. When a swarm of flies began to buzz around his food, the little tailor shooed them away with his hands, but the flies kept coming back. You can see, there's a lot of them there, huh? The tailor grabbed a scrap of cloth and slapped it down into the buzzing flies. When he lifted the cloth, 7 flies lay dead on the table. 7 flies in one blow, said the tailor. The whole world should know of my victory. So the tailor decided to go on an adventure to tell the world of his skill. Before he left, he looked around for useful things to take with him. All he could find was a piece of cheese. When he left his house, he found a bird stuck in the bushes. The tailor freed the bird and put it in his pocket with the cheese. The tailor walked through the town and up the side of a mountain. At the top of the mountain he met a giant. "Hello, giant," said the tailor. "I am on a great adventure. Will you join me?" "A little man like you on a great adventure," the giant laughed. "But I've killed 7 in one blow," said the tailor, who was very proud. The giant thought the tailor meant 7 men, not flies. He found it very hard to believe that this little tailor could kill 7 in one blow. And this giant happens to remind me of one of my son's friend, whose name is Jackson. Just a little side note. The giant decided to test the little tailor's strength. "Can you do this?" asked the giant. He picked up a stone and crushed it with his hand. The tailor was not as strong as the giant, but he was very clever. The tailor took the cheese from his pocket and crushed it into liquid whey. "Can you do this?" asked the giant. He picked up a stone and threw it in the air out of sight. "Watch this," said the tailor, as he took the bird out of his pocket. With a toss of his hand, the bird flew fast out of sight. The giant, who was not very smart, didn't know that the tailor had used a piece of cheese and a bird instead of stones in his feats of strength. Dumbfounded by the strong little tailor, the giant decided to test it one more time. "If you are so strong," the giant said, "help me carry this tree." "Of course," said the tailor. "I will carry the branches. I wouldn't want them to scratch you." When the giant picked up the trunk, the tailor rode on the branches, fooling the giant again. And we can see. The giant returned to his home and told his friends about the little tailor who had killed 7 in one blow and could squeeze rocks into water, throw stones into the heavens, and carry trees. The tailor, who had followed the giant, overheard the giant's story and walked over to greet him and his friends. All the giants fled in fear of the strong and mighty tailor. Word of the brave tailor who had killed 7 in one blow and could make giants flee reached the king, who asked a little tailor for a big favor. Looks like they're having a nice little bath or swim, huh? There were 2 more mischievous giants living in the king's woods. The king told the tailor that if he could get rid of the giants, he could have the princess's hand in marriage. So the tailor went into the woods and found the 2 sleeping giants under a tree. He climbed the tree and dropped acorns on their heads. "Why did you wake me from my thumping my head?" roared one of the giants. The giants began to quarrel, then fought each other until they both lay dead under the tree. So he was smart. He used their own strategy against them. The king was very happy to hear of the tailor's victory over the giants, and he asked the tailor for one more favor, to capture a dangerous wild unicorn. The tailor agreed and set off to find the near village. And he entered a nearby village. The tailor saw the unicorn charging toward him. The tailor stood by a tree and stayed very still. At the last minute, he jumped out of the way. The unicorn's horns struck fast into the tree trunk. The tailor freed the unicorn, then rode it back to the king's palace, and married the princess. So he was a very clever guy indeed. In each case, he overcame each of his challenges by using his mind. He was smart. No one ever knew that the brave prince was really just a clever little tailor. But the princess was suspicious of his origins. One night in his sleep, the princess heard him mumble, "This new fabric would make a fine waistcoat." The princess tried to listen closer, but the clever tailor quickly realized what he had said and continued, "After all, a brave prince who could kill 7 in one blow should have the finest waistcoat in the kingdom, should he not?" And that is the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. And that is the story of the Brave Little Tailor. Thank you for listening, and come back again for more.